Hey everybody, it's Toya Taylor and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 5, Episode 10. The title of the episode is Discretion is Key. We start the episode off where we left off with Danny talking to Sabrina in the investigation room while Andy stepped out with the prosecutor as he's ambushing her with information. So, Danny is telling Sabrina, she was like, it was an informant that told the officer that Maurice had an audio. That Maurice was on the audio stating that you and him both had something to do with the robbery. So Sabrina, she's confused. She's like, no, this can't be happening. And she was like, what if I get Phoenix? Like, what if I don't get out of here? Sabrina don't know what to do. She's crying. She's just feeling hopeless right now. So Danny was like, look, hang on, because Maurice is going to tell the truth. Plus, Calvin, he done put up $20,000 on your bun. So I'm like, okay, now all of a sudden Calvin got some money. I'm just saying, cause Sabrina was the one that put him on Front Street, not me. On the second or third episode, not second or third episode, but second or third season of this show. When they told Danny about that man finances, talking about she went through his bank account or whatnot, because she worked at the bank, but she wasn't supposed to do it, but she did it anyway. So she went through his bank account and found out that he ain't got no money, and he been broke ever since his daddy passed. That's why he roommating with Maurice. But now all of a sudden he got $20,000 to put towards her bond. So I'm just like, okay, either Calvin done came up on a PPP loan real quick, or or either he been hiding the fact that he got some money. Because now he finna put up $20,000 on her bond just to get her out of jail. So now, yeah, Sabrina, she was happy to hear that news. She was like, good, I'm glad that Calvin don't believe this bullshit. And so Sabrina was like, no, we all know that this is bullshit. Danny, she was like, we all know this is bullshit. So next thing you know, oh no, Sabrina was like, why would Maurice lie though? But I'm like, that's not even the real question that y'all need to be asking. Y'all need to be asking, who is this informant that got Maurice on the audio supposedly lying? Let's get some names, because Sabrina should be able to put two and two together and, know that the informant is Q. And Q, he ain't no good. Q was the one that was dating Maurice just to get close to the bank and rob the bank. So it's like it's certain stuff that really needs to be asked that no one is asking, and I honestly feel like no one is using their sources as they should, because Danny, we still haven't seen her call Logan back, but she was able to let Sabrina know that Logan, the undercover cop that she was dating, he knew about the investigation. And I just feel like, why aren't we using these sources that should be used right now? Why y'all don't got Logan on the line? Why isn't Andy calling Madam back trying to figure out what Judge Ross said? Yeah. I need to know these things. I'm not just about to take information from the prosecutor and, run with that. I need to be she should have got Madam on the line right then and now whenever she got kicked out of the police station. It's like no one is actually utilizing their sources like they should. It's irritating me. It really is. But moving on. So Andy, she rushed back in there. She was like, Danny, we got to get the fuck up out of here, because clearly if we don't, we going to jail right along with Sabrina. And we definitely won't be able to help. So she told Sabrina that they'll be back. And Sabrina was like, Andy, don't leave me. And so y'all, it's just a sad scene. So the correction officer, he come getting Sabrina to take her back to her cell. So now we see, and I'm just wait before I move on to the next scene. I just want to know the same question that the same question Sabrina asked Danny. Is they're gonna get in their room and talk to Maurice because that's the main person that we need to be talking to right now. Yeah, the one that stated this information on the audio. So Danny let her know that she's gonna talk to Andy and try to get Andy in the room. Andy was able to get them in there, so she's sure that they'll be able to get in there to talk to Maurice. But that was before the prosecutor came putting them out. So anyway, now we see Karen and Avery, and they're having dinner because he cooked her some spaghetti pasta, and it's very ironic because that's exactly what I cooked last night. I cooked spaghettis, garlic bread, and sweet corn for me and the kids or whatever, and it turned out really, really good. Like, I was looking at Avery pasta and I'm like, yo, I'm topping yours. But anyway, back to the point. So Karen, she's talking to him about the baby or whatnot. And she was letting him know that, look, I'm going to the doctor to get these ultrasounds. And so I can find out what day of conception and everything else. And, I'm still asking the same question. Why don't you know these things if you already seen the doctor? And you already visited a doctor and you left without getting your ultrasound, without, getting your pap smear checkup, without at least hearing the baby's heartbeat. We didn't see any of that get done, or, we didn't hear her talk about any of that at least. So it's like she went to the doctor just to find out she needs to stop stressing, and then the doctor sent her home. You mean to tell me the doctor didn't do any of this? You didn't get blood work? You didn't at least find out your due date? Because you should at least got an ultrasound and found out your due date. I don't understand. But anyways, I guess because it's Tyler Perry's land. Back to the subject. She's telling him that she's going to go and do that, and she wants to know, is he still going to be there for the baby if it turns out to be for Zach? And Abraham was like, of course. I've already fathered children that wasn't mine, so I don't mind doing that again. And I understand that part, Abram, but I do understand why Karen could be asking these questions, because although you did father kids that wasn't yours, you also unfathered those kids that wasn't yours as well. And that raised questions, big questions, because I honestly I believe that if Fawn's kids, if Aaron's ex-wife's kids would have been Aaron's biological kids, he would have never left them kids. He wouldn't have gave up full custody of them kids. Not if they was really for him. I just can't see that happening. But being that those weren't your biological kids, it seemed as if it made it easy for you to just give up full custody after you fathered those kids. And so it's like, nah, bro, that just don't sit right with me, because what if something happens to Karen and that child turns out to be for Zach? I mean, like, how am I supposed to trust that you're not going to walk out of that child's life one day just because something that happened to me, and hey, it ain't really my responsibility no way. That's how Aaron looking at it. I'm just stepdaddy. So yeah, y'all can go with y'all granny. Y'all will be alright. I mean, we haven't even seen them kids. We ain't even seen Aaron check on them kids to talk about them kids since he left those kids. So no. I understand why Cameron is bugging him about, oh, you really gonna be there? Oh, you really gonna be there? Like, oh, you really gonna be there? Because honestly, I don't think so. I think he's gonna be there in the beginning, but let Karen get with another man or something. Aaron gonna slowly but for surely fall off the face of the earth. when it come down to that child. Same way he did Fun when she left this earth. He slowly and for surely walked out them kids' life. But anyways, that's another story for another day. We're gonna hop back on to the review. Now, Avery told Karen that look, he finna wash the dishes and everything and then go to the basketball court. The first thing she asked was, does Zach still play at the basketball court? I'm like, look, Karen, we just had this discussion. Didn't you just tell Mama Lisa the other morning at breakfast that Zach was no longer on your mind? Why is he the first thing that's popping up on your head when you hear basketball court? I'm sick of it. It's just like, that was the first thing she thought about whenever Aaron let her hold his phone and left. Ooh, Zach would never did this shit. Like, come on, Karen. Get it together. So, Aaron told her, look, Zach come out there sometimes, but it ain't like we played together. It ain't, we not on the same team or anything. So, now we see Andy and Danny, and they're on their way back from the police station. And Andy's informing Danny that, look, the prosecutor, I know him from a divorce case that I beat with him and his wife. And he disliked me for that. And I know he's going to take this out on Sabrina. So now, y'all, Danny, she big weird. She like, oh, hell no. At this point, Andy, you better hop down there on your knees. No soon as Robin called. Okay? I don't care if you got a thumbs up. We gonna get Sabrina out of jail. So, and I'm like, I know that's right, because it ain't like Andy have not been behaving this way anyway. Clearly. She screwed Robin the first time just so he can help her with Zach and Fatima. So I wouldn't put it past her going to go do it again. Especially now to help Sabrina, who is one of your best friends. So Andy was like, look, I'm gonna do what I can. So then it was like, look, in the meantime, just let's stop by the weed man or something, because we both need to relax. And Andy was like, what's that? I don't fool with those type of facilities. And I'm so glad Danny called her ass out on it, because, girl, you the same girl that be a part of the rotation whenever Danny fired up. So don't play like you don't smoke weed just because you driving a Rolls Royce. And he go, Andy, talking about some, well, I smoke it sometimes, but I don't buy it. Well, now you sound like a freeloader. Like, it does not make you sound any better. I don't know what type of, you trying to snatch goody up out of your ass at this point, because if you smoke it but you do not buy it, it makes you sound like someone else is supporting your sometimes habit. The habit that you do sometimes, the hobby that you do sometimes, or whatever you want to call it. Your vices. Your part-time vices, I'd rather call it. Someone else is supporting your part-time vices, and it makes you a freeloader. Like, if you smoke weed, even if you only, smoke once a month, I feel like you should have a stash that you could go in once a month. Or, you have a connect that you can hit up once a month whenever you ready to do what you do. But at the same time, no. Like, you didn't put in on this. Let me leave Andy alone, but still, she needs to get it together. We're trying to act like she is exempt from being labeled, but she can do the same stuff that the ones around her is doing, like Fatima and Danny and all these other people. You can do the same stuff that they doing, but oh, you're not labeled, but I am. Girl, stop. So now we see Fatima, and she's waiting on Zach to get home so that she can break him the bad news about Heather coming to see Hayden. And she's sitting there on the couch, still dressed in her work clothes when he walked in. And she was like, I called you. And he said, I text you. And so she looked at her phone and realized that he texted, but she didn't get it. And she was like, where you been? And he said, I went to go look at a house. We probably finna buy another da-da-da-da-da. And so she was like, no. Yeah, that's when she asked him, how was your day? And I don't know, I'm the type of person, I pay attention to words. And so with Fatima trying to make it seem like she's this superwoman when it comes to her emotions and her security in her relationship, I feel like, you are sometimes a bit bothered. Even if it's a pinch of, even if it's just a smidget. You're a bit bothered. Because for one, you asked the man what he was before you even asked him how his day was. How his day was going. How his day been. So, it's just like, I do feel like Fatima is not all the way secure in her relationship with Zach. And that's probably why she's always asking him, are you still in love with Karen? Do you still got feelings for Karen? Have you asked me? When she asked him, where you been? That was, in other words, have you been to Karen's? But anyways, let me hop on the subject, y'all. She let him know that because you got this house and you got all this money now, Heather is going to hit big. When she hits, she's going to hit big. She's going to come after you for a lot of money. And she came to see Hayden today. So I advise you to get all your ducks in order. All of them. Because she's coming after you. And this could be bad. So, Zach, he's like, man, this Hayden dude just won't stop, man. He just won't stop. And so, Fatima, she was like, yeah, I've been trying to spare him or whatnot. I need to go and call my cousin to come sick him. But I've been trying to spare him. So, Zach, he was like, who is this girl? And so, Zach was telling her, he was like, man, I just don't want to be this broke joke with all these baby mamas and stuff like this. And so Fatima was like, you're not a broke joke. And it's, you're going to be okay. You just need to get all your ducks in order. And so Zach, he was like, how are you so understanding? And Fatima had to let him know, I ain't cool with none of this. That's why I got to meditate every morning just to deal with this. But either way, I'm riding with you. I'm going to ride till the wheels fall off, till the wig fall off, and till till everything fall off. Fatima gonna ride. Okay, that's all she wanted to know. She gonna ride. No matter how much she lose in the process, Fatima's gonna ride. No matter where they're riding to. Fatima's gonna ride. Okay? So he was like, look, I just feel guilty because you don't come with no drama. And I kind of wish that you did because I'm bringing all this drama to your life. And I'm just like, Zach, Hayden. Don't you remember Hayden? Yes. Hayden is the drama that Fatima came with. What are you saying? Fatima don't come with no drama. And you got this leprechaun hopping up to you on the basketball court no soon as you show up. You got this little short man bugging you every second of your life. Now since you're with Fatima. Now he's trying to come after your finances. Working with Heather. Yeah. Since he done found out that that's your baby mama. So it's like, what you mean no drama? of y'all done brought drama to each other's lives. But anyways, so instead of them going out on a date like he told her he was gonna do, she wound up cooking for him instead while he kicked his feet up and watched the football game or whatever. Which I knew was gonna happen anyway, because I don't understand why Tyler Perry, I guess, just do not believe in men taking women out on elegant dates. He believes in us getting in the kitchen, cooking for our man. Yeah, we gonna cook and clean and wash everything. That's what he believe in us doing, I see. So instead of her getting her date that she was looking forward to, she had to get in there and cook and clean and wash everything. Now, to the scene with the girls finally showed up at Karen's. And Aaron, he's leaving. And they sat down and they let Karen know, girl, Sabrina is in jail. We just gonna go and break you the news. Andy didn't want to tell her, but then she went on and said it. So Karen, she was like, have you called your boss? Like, what's up? Sabrina is not fit for jail. We gotta get her out now. So Andy was like, look, I talked to my boss. He said he was not gonna help me, but don't worry, I'm working on some things. Next thing you know, Robin called. So Andy, she didn't want to answer because she quickly forgot that Earth to Andy, Sabrina is in jail. This is not about you or your coochie right now. So then he had to remind her. And it was funny. Then he had to clap that Andy as if she was a nag. So Andy, she stepped outside in the hallway to answer the phone for Robin. And Robin was like, I'm sorry. And I just wanted to tell you that I lied. I can't help you with your friend. I can help her get out of jail and stuff like that. So Andy was like, okay, well, how can you help? And he said that he can call and talk to the boss that's over the prosecutor. Because he was like, I don't talk to no staff. Whenever Andy was trying to tell him about the prosecutor and what had happened whenever she went up there. He was like, well, I don't talk to no staffs, but I'm gonna talk to his boss. So luckily Robin got pulled. He got, hired pulled. So it looks like Sabrina is gonna get the help that she needs, and I hope so. So she hung up the phone with Robin because Gary was clicking in. So she answered the phone for Gary, and Gary's talking about, Luke, I cannot take it no more. I need to see you tonight. So Andy was like, okay, cool. Meet me in my place. I'll tell the concierge to let you up, and I need you to be laying naked in my bed waiting on me when I get there, okay? So y'all, yes. Andy is hot and ready right now. So she walked back in with the girls and let the girls know that she's now all of a sudden gonna get some help from her boss. So then they started talking about, she realized that Danny was in there telling all her business to Karen about Gary. And how she done let Gary slide back through the penthouse or whatever. So Andy, she wasn't feeling it, so she went on and dropped the bomb about Danny and the pervert, the Vienna sausage, and what happened with them. So Karen was like, oh no, he spat on you? And so Danny was like, yeah, and I like to kill him. I ran him over with my car, and she explained what happened. And so I get it, because you can't expect, when you come for somebody, you can't expect for them to come back for you softly just because, like if you hitting below the belt with telling somebody business behind their back, you don't know how low that they gonna go. You know what I'm saying? They might play limbo on your ass and go real low. Because that's what Andy did to them. I personally feel like the Andy's business about Gary, they've been out here in the open between the sisters. So I don't see why she took that as if that was something secretive and personal, compared to, I can't even get the words together, compared to Danny's situation with the Vienna sausage. For one, he was just a sneaky link. For two, she might be slick embarrassed by that situation, Andy. Like, that she trusted this guy well enough to bring him into her home for him to do that to her. And, she was lucky to get off because she didn't kill him, but she could have. So it's like, she might not even be ready to even talk about that right now. That's very traumatizing compared to you letting Gary come screw on you just so you can save the penthouse. Like, girl, stop. I just feel like Andy was being very insensitive at that moment. But then again, I guess Danny was too whenever she told the girl business when she stepped outside. So either way, I'm not here to pick sides. I'm just here to tell the review. So, Andy slipped up and called Fatima her girl. And so Karen was like, oh, so that's your girl now? Your girl? So y'all friends, sister now? And so Fatima was like, honestly, if the girl wasn't dating Zach, Karen, she'll be sitting right here with us right now in the sister circle because she's cool as ice water. And I'm just like, I agree with that, Danny. I do. But let's not act like you just know Fatima like that, Danny, because you don't. You have not grown a friendship with her the way Andy have. And I feel like if anybody should be stating any kind of description of her personality, it should be Andy. You don't really, all you know is the girl was about to save your ass with labeling it self-defense with you and the Vienna sausage. You don't really know Fatima like that to even be calling her your girl or to be calling her cool as ice water or any of that, to be saying that she'll be a part of the circle or any of that, because clearly Fatima even said it out her own mouth. She was like, Danny, I know I don't know you like that, but at the same time, if this dude hit you and spit all in your face, I can get him handled right now. Yeah, remember when she was trying to call Madam about it? Yeah. She even told Danny straight up, I don't know you like that, but still. So you don't even know her like that, Danny, to be calling her my girl and she'll be your sister and all these. It's giving you want you a best friend. I don't know, Danny. But either way, Cameron had to inform the girls that she was going to see the doctor and she wanted them to be there. At first she was like, Andy, I want you to come, and then she backdoored and invited Danny too. So Danny was like, girl, you do not want me to be there. Because you scared that I'm going to say something out of line or whatnot. Because y'all know Danny going to be the first to speak whenever she find out that Zach is the daddy or that Aaron is the daddy. So, I don't know, but she was letting Danny know, look, I don't care about that. I want you there. And I want Brina there and everybody. But y'all know Brina can't be there. So, now they get ready to head out. So, where we at now? Okay, so now we see Fatima and she's waiting on Zach and her work clothes. And she's telling Zach, am I on the right board? No, I already talked about that. I'm sorry, y'all. Now we see the guys on the basketball court. And Zach, he's coming up to Aaron to, let Aaron know. Well, Aaron, he started talking to him first, but Zach started telling him that, look, I don't like you and I don't want you on my team. Straight up. And so next thing you know, here come Hayden. Little bitty ass. Out there talking about, well, you sure as hell ain't gonna be on my team. Hey, you don't have a team. You're probably too short to even play basketball. Go home. So, he come out there talking about Hilda and everything. Talking about how Hilda is gonna sue him or what, this and that. And so, Zach, he really wasn't bothered by the shit that Hayden was talking about. And I'm glad that he handled him the way that he handled him. Because then Hayden realized that he had no dog in that fight and he left. Okay? So, next thing you know, and Zach started telling Aaron that he like him, but he don't want to like him, so it makes him mad, and it makes him not like him anymore. So just don't talk to me, dude. Like, Zach seems to be really irritated with Aaron every time Aaron comes around. Every time Aaron comes around, Zach, it's like his character. It's like he switch up. It's like he really do switch up every time he see Aaron. And I don't know if he catching flashbacks from the hotel whenever he broke in there and caught Aaron right inside of Karen's coochie. I don't know if that's why he keep on, because I don't even understand where the rage coming from. But y'all, all I know is it raised a question, the same question that Fatima has been asking him. Do you still got feelings for Karen? But anyways, now y'all, Karen is calling Pam to check on the shop. And we hear a dude in the background saying, yeah, I turned everything off. So Karen like, who you got in my shop? Pam, I know you better not be having sex on my desk again. And so Pam was like, girl, you know your desk is way too uncomfortable. You wasn't saying that the first time. And so that's when Pam was like, look, I'm gonna lock up and get up out of here. And then Karen kept on saying, shit, do I need to come up there? Do I need to come up there? And Pam was like, I'm not a child. I'm not a child. And I'm just like, well, hell, it's hard to tell the way you keep on using her shop for a shack spot as if you ain't got your own spot. And so she hung up the phone with Karen and she left. And then y'all, the camera showed a curling iron that was still plugged up. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen to the shop or to Karen and Pam's friendship. But I do know that if Karen find out that curling iron was plugged up by the shop catching a fire or the smoke alarms going off or something, because I know she did ask Pam, did she set the alarms? And Pam said, yes, she set the alarm. So I'm sure by the smoke, the alarms is going to go off before it even catch a fire. Hopefully. Hopefully it don't be a fire. Hopefully it just be some alarms going off. I don't know. But all I know is it's going to interfere with Karen's trust for Pam. To, trusting Pam with the shop in her hands alone. I feel like, she done lost her trust after this. And I don't blame Karen. Because you allowing this dude to walk around the shop and turn everything off as if he works there. Karen don't even want, Karen's worrying about you turning everything off. She don't even trust you locking up. Like she told Aaron. She don't trust you locking up. And then he go, Aaron. Y'all. He come back talking about he just want to relax her and rub her feet, rub her body, just relax. When the girl straight up told him that she finna go to the shop so she can check on her shop because she don't trust Pam locking up. And I wish that Karen would have listened to her instinct regardless of Aaron. Like regardless of how he feel. Instead of listening to Aaron, listen to your instinct. Because clearly you had that instinct for a reason. And that reason is because Pam up over there with some dude letting him walk around, turn everything off, and he ain't careful enough. That ain't his shop. He don't care that much. That ain't his job. He ready to go fuck. So yeah. She didn't skim back through like I wish that she would have. And Karen and Pam done left the curling iron on. She done left the curling iron on, y'all. So that's that on that. And we just gonna see what happens on next week's episode. But I am irritated about the fact that they did not put a scene of it inside of the preview for the next week's episode, inside of the trailer. They didn't give us anything about what might happen with Karen's shop. They didn't give us a hint, a clue, or nothing. Not even a snippet. So, now y'all, last but not least, Andy finally done made it back home. She walked through the door and she see Gary on the couch. So she like, you didn't do what I told you to do. You're gonna do what I say. And she slung her purse because she told him to be laying in the bed naked, but instead he was on the couch. So, and he wasn't the only one on the couch, okay? Because Gary, he was like, yeah. And about that, look. Andy looked over and seen that Robin was also sitting on the couch across from Gary. Yeah, the one that she replaced, because the last couch she had sitting right there, her and Robin had the hunch style on it, and Gary, he wasn't having it. Okay? So yeah, Robin, he's sitting there with his head cocked to the side, looking all sad like a little puppy. And she like, what the hell? So I'm like, y'all, I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. And it's confusing because on the preview of the next week's episode, we see her and Gary is still lovey-dovey inside of the penthouse. So clearly Robin must have got his feelings hurt that night. Okay? But either way, we're going to see what happens. And until then, thank y'all for watching. This is your girl, Toya Tilly. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And also, hit the notification bell button so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.